Hello. So growing up, I had a lot of interesting experiences trying to explain what I needed, or people didn't really know how to ask me what kinds of things I could eat. So I wanted to kind of make a guide for interacting with people who may eat differently than you, might have allergies, have certain disorders, whatever the thing is, just like having something in your mind so that when the situation arises, you can accommodate them without embarrassing them or making them feel unwelcome. There are a few different situations that you'll need to accommodate, so I'll just try to go through each kind. So the first one is a last minute addition. Someone is coming over to your house and you don't really have a lot of time to like change things up or make the best plan ever. You just kind of have to roll with it, right? So instead of asking the person who's coming and being like, hey, we're making this, I hope that's fine, that doesn't really leave a lot of room for them to say yes, no, maybe. The best thing you can do in that situation is be like, hey, we got this, is there anything else we can make that you would like also enjoy eating? That's my number one recommendation for that. When it comes to planning a meal out and you have time to make sure they're accommodated, some people it's easier to ask for a list of things they can't have or a list of things they like. So if they're autistic, maybe you'll ask, hey, what are the foods you enjoy eating? Versus someone with an allergy, you would ask them what things they can't have, like bread or dairy, right? So just knowing what that is, that determines which question you use. You can use both in a text, just being like, hey, not sure if there's things you would rather have or if there are things you just can't have, so that you can plan around it. It's easier if you take the information that they give you to plan the meal instead of trying to alter something that's already been planned and fitting them in, because that makes you feel excluded. So in order to make them feel included, if they can't have bread, let's not base a bread bowl meal. Let's start with something like a dish that they can have, chicken and rice or, whatever. The ideal situation is to make sure you start the main course meal planning around it and making sure that's the food that everyone eats instead of just making a dish for them. Another situation that may arise is trying to pick a fast food restaurant that they can eat at if you're on the road or out and about. Usually it's just best to ask them where they can eat, restaurants they can eat at. Like if they had a peanut allergy, you wouldn't take them to Five Guys because they have open air peanuts, right? So just asking like, hey, what places can you eat at? They usually have more knowledge. Like if there's a place that fries are cooked in sunflower oil and they're allergic to sunflower. So what would be the ideal situation for each person? If you made a meal that is for everyone as opposed to singling them out, there also are certain behaviors when distributing food that can make a person feel more included. It's definitely a pet peeve of mine if I'm at someone else's house and I'm eating the food just fine, but they really want you to assure the host that they're enjoying their meal, and that can be hard sometimes. So just allow them to enjoy their food and don't make them reassure you that they're having a good time. One piece of advice I would also give you is to make sure they know that they are allowed to bring like a backup meal, or allowing them to just bring something if they prefer not to have you cook for them. I always think it can be pretty awkward, or hosts may be insulted by someone bringing their own food, but letting them know that you're comfortable with that is definitely a positive, and it avoids you having to make extra effort if that's something you don't have the time for, or whatever that reason may be. So letting them know that they are able to bring food is definitely something that makes them feel more welcomed. Okay, that's all my ideas for today. I hope I gave you some more things to think about, and I hope you'll consider sticking around for more videos. Bye.